Hello Crypto Gang, welcome to another Lambo Live video. Tron is likely the fastest growing dApp platform. After only 6 months of launching on mainnet, it grew to more than 100 dApps, and according to some sources, surpassed Ethereum in dApp usage. But there's also a lot of FUD. They say Tron cannot technically work, that is to say it is not feasible. Is there any truth to this? Well, there is, and there isn't. You'll find out soon. I also want to talk a little bit about the governance of Tron and its leaders, the 27 representatives. Tron's goal is to create a decentralized internet as well as its infrastructure. They use a governance mechanism called DPoS, which is a hybrid of Ethereum's proof of stake. How does it work? Every Tron holder in the community has the ability to vote on its governance. Everyone can elect their favorite leaders, similar to how democratic elections work. The winners of the elections are called super representatives, who represent their whole network and their voters in deciding their governance and proposals for the Tron ecosystem. According to Justin, this solves the governance problem at the same time ensures decentralization, because the super representatives are from different places all over the world. Fair enough, so I went over to TronScan to verify this. There were 158 representatives running for the position. By analyzing the data of the top 27 candidates, aka the super representatives, I was able to get a big picture on their governance system. The date for this recording is February 3, so it may not be exactly the same by the time I upload. It turns out that their geographic distribution is not very spread out. Most SRs are concentrated in US and China, as you can see. In order to mitigate this, Tron needs to do more marketing in Europe and Africa, try to build more communities there and engage them. This should also serve as a challenge to the existing Tron society in these silos to step up their game in order to avoid having US and China dominating governance. After all, this is a global decentralized platform. But to put things in perspective, they only went live 6 months ago, so it might be understandable that not everything is in place yet. They could certainly do better though. And I think they will at some point. Justin knows how to get to places. There's also a bit of diversity in the industries the SRs are involved in. A lot are from gaming and Tron enthusiast communities, while others are into dApp. uTorrent and BitTorrent are also regulars. By the way, I made an awesome video about BitTorrent. You should definitely check it out. Links in description. The SR's main purpose is to validate the Tron blockchain. While Bitcoin has miners, Tron has super representatives. But they also have a second function, which is political. They govern the whole network, they discuss proposals, they vote on which proposals get passed, they also can deny proposals and so on and so forth. The same way a democratic Congress discusses bills, vote on them, and make them law. And I know some of you might be thinking, the SRs are holding too much power. Just hold that thought, we'll get to that in a moment. There's also a third function of SRs, which is to build or fund projects that benefit the ecosystem as a whole. The projects they are working on are diversified. Some of them create games, some of them create dApps, some create exchanges, others revolve around tipping bots. This is something that all SRs should be doing since they get a lot of rewards from the votes they receive. Anyone can be a candidate for SR as long as they have the funds and a good enough computer. When applying, 9,999 TRX tokens will be burned from each applicant's account for the purpose of preventing malicious attacks on the network. To vote for a candidate, you need to freeze your TRX tokens and convert them into Tron Power, denoted as TP. Votes are counted every 6 hours and the SRs will change accordingly. So let's get back to our thought earlier about them holding too much power. The SRs are similar to rulers of a democratic state, but not quite, since politicians from traditional governments hold office for 3 to 6 years. So from 6 years, they reduced it to 6 hours. This might incentivize the SRs to be on their best behavior, or else the voters stop supporting them. Tron incentivizes its users to keep the network secure through rewards. There's two types of rewards: vote reward and block reward. The vote reward is also known as the candidate reward, as it is given to the top 127 candidates of each election. Every 6 hours, the candidates will receive a total of 115,200 TRX split according to vote weight of each candidate. The block reward is also known as the super representative reward, as it is awarded to, yes you guessed it, super representatives. These top 27 candidates will eventually split 230,400 TRX. Tron was essentially an entertainment platform. Today it has evolved to be more like a blockchain to run dApps. They have over 100 of them, a monumental achievement for such a short time. But like any other cryptocurrency, there's bound to be FUD. And Tron has more than a good share of them. Let's see if we can clear them out. The two most influential FUDsters of Tron are Jed McCaleb and of course Vitalik Buterin. I don't take Vitalik's argument as earnestly as Jed's because obviously he has conflicts of interest. Vitalik's Ethereum is a direct competitor of Tron, so you'd expect him and Justin to throw punches at each other regularly. But Jed Stellar is a different category. It's for payments, not dApps. Jed is also known by his peers as more of a genius. He built the peer-to-peer system eDonkey, the Ripple protocol, Mt. Gox, before he finally settled down with Stellar. Now, this is what he said about Tron. Just garbage and doesn't technically work. Just garbage doesn't really mean anything, so let's see if Tron really doesn't technically work. So I did some digging and found this on their GitHub. A developer named Bill Petridis made a comment about them having code issue. What did you do? Ran the current develop branch through SonarQube scanner to evaluate the 101 code quality. What did you expect? No blocker, major, or critical issues. What did you see instead? Lots of blocker, major, and critical issues. As you can see, he made a screenshot of his test and there are lots of red here. But one of the contributors was quick to reply saying we are continuously improving the quality of code. So there are some code issues, but that does not mean it doesn't technically work. After all, multiple dApps have been running on Tron. I had to do more digging. This is where I fell down the rabbit hole. And I warn you, dear viewer, you don't need to continue watching this video if you don't want to, because this might get ugly. Nah, just kidding. It'll be alright. You shouldn't be surprised by anything in this space. So I made a post on Tron's subreddit to raise the concern to the community. More importantly, I asked them about the dApps in the platform, if they're running smoothly or not. One of them told me about TronBet, one of the dApps, having some UI and blockchain issues. He directed me to TronBet's Telegram, so I went. The community there was mostly annoyed at that time because indeed TronBet was having some issues. The website crashed a lot and unfortunately you lose your bets when that happens. Fortunately, it turned out that they were merely having issues with their ISP, and the community told me that TronBet has been running smoothly before this happened a few days ago. They did share that some Tron dApps are not as smooth sailing as this one. Right now, I'm in the process of speaking to different dApp creators, so expect more videos about Tron coming up. So if that is something you're interested in, subscribe to my channel and you'll finally be happy. Also, a lot of topics I wanted to discuss more about but only touch on briefly in this video. I'm talking about governance. This is a very important topic and it pains me to say most people don't talk much about it. The right governance mechanism will make or break a blockchain. Tron's DPoS is something I am very interested in learning more about. It's quite hard to tell which model is superior, DPoS or Ethereum's proof of stake. Ethereum T moves slow but more carefully while Tron moves fast but also taking a lot more risks. When I say Ethereum moves slow, I don't mean they are slacking off. I mean their system is very sophisticated, way more than Tron's, and it's debatable if they can truly achieve their goals due to the level of complexity they're dealing with. Tron, on the other hand, relies heavily on Justin. It seems that Justin's son is Tron. I do hope that changes when Tron gets big enough. There should be no central figure in a decentralized platform. Same goes for Ethereum. But Justin's son is a blessing because he is a great hype man. He knows how to get things done and everybody interested. I don't know which one is gonna win, both are doing their own thing and doing them well. Who knows, both of them might burn to the ground. I suggest you be open to that idea if you're in this space, anything can happen. We're still early folks, be ready for anything? Nah, but seriously, invest only what you can afford to lose, not financial advice. Damn, it feels good to be in crypto. So guys, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the flip side.